Hi, everybody. It's Paul Feuerstein, Editor-in-Chief with Dentistry Today, and I am here with Dr. Joyce Bassett, dear friend, world-renowned cosmetic dentist, restorative brilliance. There's a CV too long to go over, and she's just a good friend and a mentor to me and to many of you out there. A lot of you people have been to her lectures, that you've read her articles, and what I want to do is go behind the scenes a little, Joyce, and talk about your thought process for a second here. So for those two people who don't know who you are, just tell us a little bit about the practice.
Okay. I have been in practice for 30 plus years, and I started as a general dentist, and then I evolved into doing restorative and cosmetic dentistry. And my focus is on the smile zone. And my goal is to make somebody feel better about their smile and mirror it with function, bite, and occlusion at the same time.
And so, so the basic practice is based on restoring patients' confidence, basically. I think that's the big deal.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
come see you. They don't really know why they're there. They say, I heard you can do all these amazing things, but it's all about looking in the mirror, seeing your friends, being in public. And a lot of the things you do are very complex. You're getting involved with all this CAD/CAM stuff, and you're doing all sorts of fancy software. But some patients aren't that far in. They just how can I make my smile better? And step one, I believe, is let's take a look at your teeth in general and see how they look right now. And maybe we could just do some whitening. I mean, that's just a
But
good starting point.
my entry point and my first questions are, how do you feel about your smile? Tell me, how do you feel about the color of your teeth? So that's the verbiage I use. I give them a mirror before I even take photographs, just to get their ideal first impression of what they're looking for. And almost always I say, I wish my teeth were whiter. And so the entry point of my practice is whitening if they have natural teeth, because if I can do whitening and sometimes just some minor tooth movement and a little bit of bonding, it's minimally invasive. And it's so much better when they have their own teeth. And I have no veneers, my own teeth with whitening and bonding. So I like to start at that juncture. And the patient feels good about that because sometimes they're a little anxious about jumping into a big amount of dentistry. And so it's an entry point.
And as evolution's gone along, there's been a lot of changes in the way this is all delivered. It used to be you'd come in, the patient would have to come in, you say, okay, we're going to take some impressions. You put the stuff in their mouth, they do an impression, and you send it out
They
to a
hate
lab,
it.
like your office, you do the thing, you make the trays, and then you have to come back and you come back. So let's just talk about something brand new that Philips has come up with. This is a very cool thing. So you can just talk about it a little bit.
My patients love technology. So when they see the scanner and they see the scanner going in and they don't have to have that gooey stuff going down their throat and they're puking, they're so happy and they love to look at themselves on the scanner. So I go, hey, guess what we can do now? We can scan you. And in that scan, it's a health scan. I can send that scan to the Philips lab and they can make the model and they can make the tray and they can send the product in a kit. And patients loves kit. Now they get everything from Philips. They open up their kit and guess what? It has all the instructions in it. And then they can look at it. And I teach them how to do it before they leave the practice, but then they have it in front of them if they forget. And it's so simple and it goes straight to their home. Then they can do it on their own time. And they have a nighttime product in there and a daytime product. So they can decide, is it easier for me to bleach at night or during the day? So they get to try both of them with this new system called Philips Zoom Delivered. And they
Yeah,
love it.
and the predecessor is still pretty good. I mean, if some dentists don't have the scanner, I mean, it's a reality. Some dentists don't have the scanner, so there's still some kits you can get. The Philips Sonicare teeth whitening kits where the patient can kind of make their own trays and leave that way also. Um,
Mm.
so there's a little bit of more work for them basically, but the material itself, the whitening material itself, is pretty much the same.
It's the same, but it's comfortable. It's not custom fit 100% like the one that you're going to scan. So you're going to have a
Right.
little bit of a difference. And the other ones, they're more disposable. Where when you do
Yeah.
the kits, the tooth whitening kits that you get into your house, it's going to be something that's going to be longer lasting and you can use it over and over again. So there's two different products, one that's a little bit more long term and the other one that, hey, you got to go somewhere fast, you're leaving the office, you got a date that night, you take it, you can put it over the top of your teeth and you start your whitening process immediately. So it's good to have both options available in your practice.
And so some of the patients have tried this before and they said, gee, my teeth get all sensitive and everything else. And I think what Philips has done is change the formulas a little bit because I haven't heard anything about sensitivity with the new products.
Yeah, and the reason too, it's dual barreled syringe, and in
Uh-huh.
one of the barrels it has ACP, potassium nitrate, and fluoride. So when it
Oh,
comes through, it has desensitizing gel right inside of the syringe. So the syringes, that's why the ingredients for Philips is amazing. You're really zero sensitivity in my practice. No one's complaining about sensitivity anymore because of the ingredients in the little whitening gels.
and both for us and for the patients, Philips is a brand name and it's a trusted name. And these things are like barcoded. They have a lot number, a case number. Everything is checked in quality control before it comes out to the patient or to us. That's the beauty of the whole company.
And I really believe, because I've been whitening for 30 years, and the reason why my teeth are still looking good is because of the ingredients. If you have an acidic whitening gel, which you don't know what they're putting, like you said, in these gels, the acidic one is going to erode your enamel over time, where this doesn't. And so I look at people in my practice that want to be really healthy and they're very organic and they don't want to put things in their mouth or in their bodies that are going to hurt them. And I have long-term results because this was designed by a dentist and they understand what we need. And the company went with them.
So tell me, do you still haven't get involved with the Zoom WhiteSpeed, with the light
I love my WhiteSpeed in office because I have a lot of patients that instant gratification is so important to them and they don't have a lot of time. And so they come in and I can put them with a dam around their teeth and then the light comes in and it's 45 minutes and 15 minutes on, then you take off the 25% hydrogen peroxide, then you put more on and bring the light in again, 3 15-minute sessions. And then when they leave, it jump starts them. And they could start like at an A2 and they can leave in the bleaching shades. And they look in the mirror and they're so happy because they finally got the white teeth they wanted and they can't stand to not have anything done like that fast. So I have options in my practice for those patients. And I probably do at least 3 whitenings a week in my practice for those
So I
patients.
guess
Yeah.
I was leading to a question, but I guess you sort of answered it. This is when the
Yeah.
patient comes and they decide, yes, we're going to do whitening, you can present them with sort of portfolio here and say, I have all these different options. So who determines the option? Who determines the end point on that one?
It depends on the patient, but usually it's between two of us together, a team effort. When I listen to how sensitive are you? Have you used these products before? Which ones were successful? Are you somebody that's compliant that will wear the trays? Are you someone that's not compliant? Do you need to do it by tonight? You want to go out tonight? You better buy the one that I have right here and put it over the top of your teeth while you're driving home. And so having all of these options, patients love options and they like choices. And so giving them those choices gives them control. And when they have control, they own the revolution and what they're going to do. And then it works out a little bit better.
No, I mean that pretty much. I mean that sums everything up. I mean, and then even at that, if they have some minor tooth movement you need to do, or like you said, some little cosmetic bonding, that's the end of the show. That's the end of the show.
Yeah. And the goal is minimally invasive dentistry. Because today, people know they're going to live to 90. So if you can have these solutions, which is cosmetic, beautiful white teeth by whitening and doing whatever you said, bonding, a little bit of rotations with trays, etc., it's the much better way to go. Much better way to go than 20
And a lot of,
veneers.
and I said before, a lot of people have tried these OTC products and they say, I don't know. And so you have an explanation here because they're coming to you and saying, it didn't work at all. So you got to do veneers on me or something like that. And you say, well, hang on, hang on. I mean, what would your that
Mhm.
discussion be?
Yeah, exactly. So I do say, hang on, I go, let's try. Then I would do the in-office whitening because then it will jumpstart them and then they can look at the color and it helps with the diagnostic treatment plan because if they're not happy with the color after that happens and they want to even be whiter, then yes, let's go to the veneers. But a lot of people, once they see that color, they're like, okay, I'm ready. Make my rotations better, do a little bit of bonding, and then when you're done, scan and make another set of trays that are just for whitening. And they have this as a lifelong process. And that's it. That's the best part about scanning technology. You just press a button and get another one. Yeah.
Yeah, and plus the fact, I mean, you can use that scan for everything else for your diagnostics anyway. So even if
Mhm.
there's some cases in our office actually where patients have been scanned prior to that visit and we're doing something completely different, And then you say, oh, and then when Phyllis did come up with the solution, I already have the scan. I already have
Yeah.
this.
Send it in. Yeah. The technology is amazing. And I'm glad that Philips has jumped on the wagon of helping with the technology, because sometimes our team does not want to make the trays anymore. They really like to outsource. They like the technology and they're happy. So my team's happy. My patients are happy. They don't have the goo in their mouth. It's a much better process for the patient and the team. So yeah,
Well, I think we hit it all. And Joyce, always fun, always a pleasure to see you.
great to see you too. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.